Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carrie. Thanks for stopping by. Please excuse me if you notice I'm a little bit hoarse. I've just had something going on this week. I've been filming, and when I go back and edit, I'm sounding a little bit hoarse to myself. So I'll try to use some better breath control and maybe stop for a little nose blowing or whatever in the middle if I have to. But please accept my apology in advance if you're new here. I'm Carrie. I'm a matchmaker and a dating coach, and I'm in the Chicago area coaching clients, matchmaking clients. They're all over the U.S. And if you are not subscribed, may I encourage you to do so. Helps me out with the algorithm so that people who have never found their way to my channel are able to be shown that I may have something of interest to them. So that would be awesome. Today I wanted to talk for the gals. I wanted to talk about some signs that he's into you. These are brand new. I had a coaching client who's been dating a lot, and she's not great on picking up signals. So I had to do some brainstorming and some research and talking to fellas, and I've got these for you today. If that's at all intriguing, please stick around. That's what's on the agenda. You know this channel was created for women in their 50s, right? Well, first of all, that has not held up according to all of my analytics because it was made for women, 50s. I have 30% men. I have so many people between 25 and 45 that they're probably in those groups below the 50 mark. They're probably more so than people in their 50s, although there's quite a few of you as well. I mention that here because this first one may sound like I'm talking, a couple of these may sound like I'm talking to younger people, but I am not, because this is across the board, and I've noticed, like, should I get to it? Yes, I should get to it. If he is teasing you and or using sarcasm, you know, that little ribbing kind of banter that people sometimes like to do, that is a sign he's into you. And no, I don't mean just high school boys, grown men. I was gonna say grown ass men, but I don't want to use that language on my channel. So grown men in their 50s will still be doing this. They still like to tease you and give you a hard time, do a little back and forth banter of, it's a playfulness, I suppose. And if he's doing that with you, that is the first sign that he's into you. Did you read that book years ago? He's just not that into you, or see that movie? That was a fun movie. Number 2, compliments. And if these are all about the way you look, then maybe you just need to watch out for this if in fact these compliments are within the first 1 to 3 dates, because this also could be a sign that he just wants to sleep with you. But if he's complimenting you on qualities that you have, or how funny you are, or what a great job you did at something in a story that you shared, or how strong you are, that was really clever, you know, you sound like a great mom, these kinds of things, then I would definitely take heed and accept those compliments gracefully and know that, well, this is another sign that he's probably into me. And also, if these are happening further down the road after you've been dating for a while and they're still on the way you look, accept them as well, because they are probably well-intended and heartfelt. Number 3, is he into me? This has to do with his phone, and 2 different ways that his phone might come into the equation here. Number 1, he's not fidgeting and on it and checking it constantly when you are spending time together. And again, I would say that you're thinking that I'm talking about people in their 20s and 30s, but I am not. I have 50-somethings complaining all the time that the person kept checking their phone, could not put their phone down. I know a lot of you pick it up during a date to share photos. I don't love it. I don't love it getting involved. I'm inclined to want to do the same thing when I'm meeting somebody. I want to share a picture of my kids or my dog or what I just planted in my garden or something I just did around the house. It can really wait. I'd prefer personally when I'm coaching clients that they don't pull their phone into the date at all, because once you open up that opportunity, the floodgates are open now, and there's a chance this person has now flipped it upright and is going to see something that's going to make him think to look for something else to share or read you an art, whatever. If they're ignoring their phone, good sign. Also, with the telephone, if they are the one who is reaching out to you, texting you throughout the week or before the date, or making contact, calling you, setting up a chat, FaceTime or Zoom, whatever, if they are reaching out to you, they're the one doing the initiation, then that would be also the second thing that has to do with the phone being able to inform you as to whether he is into you. And the answer would be, could be. Number 4 is physical contact. I may have mentioned this before, but it's a good one, and it belongs in this list as well. If somebody is talking to you and they take every opportunity they can to touch your hand or your arm, and especially if you're walking with this person and they put their arm on your back, to lead you through, or take your hand and lead you through a crowd, that kind of protective physicality is very often a sign that this person is into you. Because if they're not, they just let you lead the way and handle your crowd on your own, right? So if they are touching you or taking the lead to help guide you, excellent sign that this person is into you, this guy. Number 5, this person is remembering small details, things that you're like, oh wow, he was listening or paying attention. He actually remembered it. Very good sign that they're actually focused on paying attention and making the effort to remember and bring it back around. Somebody, what was it? Oh yeah, it was somebody who said that during a conversation they were just talking about she'd been gardening all day, and she's saying that she loves gardenias, but you can't grow them in this climate where I live, which is where she lives, not in my state, but in the same climate. And the next date they went on, he had stopped at the florist and picked up one gardenia for her. So one thing that she mentioned in their 2-hour first date, and he remembered that, definitely this guy was into her, and she should know that. And if that happens to you, you should know it too. Now this one I feel is like even more so geared to people of a certain age, let's just say. And that would be terms of endearment and nicknames. And yes, anybody could do this, of course. But I know that people who have had a relationship, a long-term relationship, and used to call someone else by little endearing terms, honey, babe, dear, whatever those are, much easier for them to slide back into that habit with somebody that they feel super comfortable with, fond of, and are into. So if somebody is finding a way to use those words, I know it can be a turnoff, guys. Watch out. If you're using some of these terms too quickly, it's a turnoff. It's too familiar for too soon. But I'm not just talking about first dates here. I'm talking about early stages of dating. So if during those first couple months somebody is calling you a nickname, I'm not even going to try to think of one because the brain is not in that mode. That I'm not in creative mode today. I'm just happy the words are flowing at all because it's just been one of those days. Terms of endearment.
Terms of Endearment is a 1983 movie directed by James L. Brooks, starring Shirley MacLaine, Deborah Winger, and Jack Nicholson.
Yep, that was a good movie, but that's not what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, the one for young people is BAE, right? B-A-E, like short for baby. I'm laughing because I hung up with somebody. Was it a client? I think it might have been a client. And at the end of the call, I called him baby. And I was like, do I need to go back and say that was weird, or would it just pass? I didn't know. I don't know if he watches my episodes, but we were at the end of the call and that was, great job, baby. And I hung up. I'm weird. Terms of endearment and little pet names and nicknames even. Number 7, he shares his food with you. A Hungry Man TV dinner and he offers you the baked apples. Oh yeah, you're special. But seriously, if you're having something and he says, would you like to taste this? People don't do that with people that they don't care about. So if he's willing to share his food with you, let you take a taste or split a meal. Oh, you wanted that too? I was gonna get this. Why don't we each get those and then we can share and have both. Somebody who does that, sharing food with you, they're into you. And then finally, number 8, and I guess I could have put this under the phone because it's certainly applicable there, but that would have been a little heavy at the beginning. And what would I end with? I don't know. Emojis. Using emojis in text messages to you is a sign that somebody's into you because it's extra. It's a little something extra to share tone, right? We can't really share tone in messages by just saying what we mean. It could be misconstrued often. It could be just misunderstood. And if there's no sarcasm font or teasing font, you won't know that they're just kidding around. So a winky face or sticking your tongue out, as long as it's not just the peach and the eggplant all the time, I think you're in good shape. I hope you found these fun and or helpful. If you did, please give the episode a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel so you can come back again and hang out soon. If you hit the ring bell, then you're notified every time I upload a new episode, and I'll look forward to that next time. Until then, have a good one. That's number 2 of the phone thing here. Oh my gosh, where are the words? Where are they? So if somebody is calling you, oh dear, or honey, can you get that for me? Or like, oh sweetheart, you look great. You know, I'm not.